If there's enough benefits to yourself. So do that and make that your life commitment, and it will grow, and it will grow. As you get more responsibility through leadership in business, in your community, in your life, in your country, wherever it goes. So be careful of the habits you're developing, and you are developing habits, but it's not too late. You're flexible now. And you can get rid of some of those bad habits, and you know what ones they are. And sometimes it's not lying, cheating, sometimes it's bitterness, sometimes it's lazy, or sometimes it's an addiction. I'm not talking about cocaine and all that stuff. I'm talking about some guys that I know out in California are addicted to the TV. I'm not kidding you, they literally watch TV 35 to 40 hours a week. A week! They've got to see the baseball games, they've got to see the football. I'll get my classes up. They're in university. You think they're getting their grades? Yeah. But it becomes a habit, and they become addicted to it. Or they're addicted to Nintendo, or they're addicted to whatever the thing is. And are all these things evil? No. But you need to be, I'm in charge here. And there's a certain amount of time for fun, and the things I enjoy doing, and then stop. I'm going to pursue my career path and prepare myself for life. And I'm not going to let that become a habit, because those kind of habits become addictions. And I urge you, take a moment. I'll tell you what, right now, don't anybody look at anybody else. You know what everybody has to say to you. Write down in code or in word or in sentence 3 habits that you've got you want to get rid of. Thought of that. Some people may not be horribly evil, it's just that I'm always late. And, you know, people have to accept me because I'm always late. I'm late to every meeting. The habit, I guarantee you, your employer will fire you. Or always negative. You always see the difficult side and not the upside. Or envious. You're always jealous of somebody else. That can become a habit. Right? You have it on occasion, does it pop in your mind? Sure, welcome to the human race. But some people, it becomes over and over and over, and it twists their view and their values. And I can tell you, I have friends, I won't spend a lot of time, they died hopeless drunks in their mid-40s. I know 3 of them in my lifetime. And I went to university at UCLA with one of them. And he was a party guy, he was a great guy, fun to be around, and got fairly good grades. But he had to have his happy hour. And at that time it was legal to drink at the age of 18 when I was in school. And there was happy hour on Friday and Saturday, come on. And then it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 1 year at a time. Now those are extremes. And I'm not saying that anybody else like it. Maybe there is 1 or 2 of you, I don't know. Not my business, but it's yours. But be careful, it's the negative things in your life, or the lazy thing. Oh, that's not important. The other one, oh, your vocabulary, your generation, and I'm not condemning any of you, but as a generation, if I had to hire you as a generation, I wouldn't hire any of you. Your vocabulary stinks, not being polite. When I used to, I'm retired now, going to be 82 on my next birthday. And when I used to interview, I would say to someone who's interviewing, tell me, what was the most interesting summer you had? Now here's the man I'm interested in interviewing. I wouldn't be wasting my time if I didn't think he had potential. Let me back up a little. I need you, I've started another company, say Video Electronics. We opened that company up in Las Vegas. And we were the first company to look with computers and cameras on all the gambling tables to see if there was cheating going on. We had all the wires and everything. We owned it and leased it. It was way back in the 1970s. And that's when they had, and we recorded it. We recorded it on big wheels. They hadn't invented all these things now. They're big tapes. And you are what you repeatedly do. People think they can get away with it, and you can't get away with it. Somebody's going to find out. And you think you can. You might get away with it for a year or two, but the number one thing is trust. No matter who you are, no matter how brilliant you are, you're going to work for one of my companies, I had to trust you. Of course, I expected you to know about your computer system, which I don't understand that stuff. Or you knew about this, you knew about that, and you were going to specialize in that. I'm interviewing for the job. And on paper, you look good. But if I can't trust you, I can't hire you, no matter how brilliant you. Let me tell you part of my philosophy right here in one sentence. You might want to write it down. I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care about being responsible, about your integrity, about your commitment, about your value. Yes, I'd like to know that you were a whiz at computers or writing new programs. We hire people like that. Certainly. But do you think I'd hire you if you're an outrageous computer programmer if I thought you were corrupt? Or didn't have the discipline? Or had to have 3 or 4 happy hours every week? I know where that's going. You don't. You're too young. I do. I've seen guys die from it. They wouldn't have done it if they thought they were going to die. They got to the point where it was too far. These are critical days for you. You're at a pivot point now. Childhood is over, long gone. Adolescence, hopefully for most of you guys in the room, is gone. Maybe hanging on to a little bit of adolescence, but you can get help. Maybe tonight's night. Maybe you already have. But the point you need to get on with, the rest of your life has to be, and it can be fun, but it has to be, you have to persevere, you have to have strategy, you have to plan for your life, and it has to be persistent. You can't be up on Monday, in the dumps on Tuesday, happy on Wednesday, feeling awful on Thursday. That's called adolescence. Whether you understood yourself or not, that's what you were. For the most part, you were under, unless you didn't have anything to do, then you just happened. So you're at a point now where you're developing your habits for life. These are your habits for life. And it's your choice. And write this down too. I don't mean it in a mean spirit. I mean it in the best of spirits. Look at me now just as a businessman who needs to add 2 young, dynamic, I need a man and I need a woman. Both of them need to be become experts. They need to become responsible for the company. They need to become executives within a year or 2. Yeah. They don't know much. They've just been in university. But we can teach them. Now, you learn a lot of things in university, but you don't learn in university how to build a planned community. You're going to build 2,000 houses and 36 holes of golf. You doing that here? No, we didn't. No, we didn't expect you to. But we assume, and I hope we're right, you know how to learn. If you've learned how to learn in a university, we can teach you how to build a planned community in 6 to 9, 10, 12 months. And then you become a perfect in that line. And that's the kind of companies we start. And we take talent that's committed, happy, of good nature, but committed to be persistent, and to be proactive. And the reverse from proactive is childish. It's called reactionary. And you all would get there just like me. My mommy say, Cherry, would you like to have a nice beer? Yeah, Mommy, I'd like to have a beer. Go, Cherry. Cherry, go clean your room. I don't want to clean my room. It's an act reactionary. You react to what you hear. That's normal childhood. And don't think it's so simplistic. It stays with, and many of you passed that, and some of you are mostly past that. Some of you are still in the middle. And I don't care which is which. I wish you well. But if I need two in a dynamic company like video electronics, I need a man to be responsible for this, I need a woman to be responsible for that, and they've got to take on and be independently responsible for their areas with MGM and Grand, a few of the other big casinos. I have to trust them that they are operating on that day